boxing gym with Danny Barrios. Now, Danny, I heard a lot of good things about you, man, in the boxing community. I've also been following you on social media, and I've seen you train, and I've seen you spar a little bit, man, and I'm so happy that I finally meet you. So, to the Arizona boxing community that may not know you because you're just starting off and you just got the Arizona State title, talk about yourself. Who is Danny Barrios, and how did you start boxing?
So my name is Danny Barrios. I started boxing at the age of 14. Why? Because I would always be a troublemaker. I would just stay off the streets. That's why I got into boxing. But other than that, I'm the Arizona State champion at 126. But other than that, I'm 7-0, and I'm ready for my upcoming fights this year in 2022.
Yeah, and in our conversation earlier, you're telling me, man, you actually trained in Chicago. Are you from there?
I'm not from there. I was born in Iowa, but I did live in Chicago. I was there for a couple years, about 2 or 3 years. I came to Arizona, and I started boxing in Arizona, but then I flew back to Chicago just to train with George. George is the trainer in Chicago and Garfield Park. He used to have Joshua Greer Jr. He had Angel Granados. He also had these other top fighters out there in Chicago, man. Shout out to them. Always putting in work.
Oh, yeah, shout out to Josh Greer, man. I know him. So
it was actually good sparring. It was actually good sparring with Josh Greer. We went at it.
Yeah. So now let's talk about your amateur career, man. You started when you were 15, right? And then turning pro, man. How was that? You're 7-0. Like how much of a difference is it from amateur to pros?
It's a lot of difference. Actually, amateurs, man, an amateur, you only got 2 minutes. You gotta throw as much as you can. In the pros, you can take your time. Actually, take your time, pick your punches. Move around. And you got 3 minutes in the pros, and you actually fight with 8 ounces in the pros as well. So it's kind of easier to get the knockout if it's there. Other than that, shit. At the age of 15, I started doing my amateur career. I went straight ones with 32-0 until I fought I fought in Louisiana at the Golden Gloves Nationals. National at the Golden Gloves in Louisiana. So that's where I lost my first loss.
So one thing I want to talk to you too, Danny, is because I've been asking about you, like, who's Danny Barrios? Danny Barrios. What I get is, some people call you cocky. I call it confidence, man. And I think that this is what Arizona boxing needs, is someone like you that is very confident in their skills and is going to be put themselves out there and call out fighters and want to fight, right? So how did you get that confidence? Where did that come from?
It's always been in my blood since I was little. I would always pick up fights. I would always want to be the one challenging guys and being confident, telling guys, oh yeah, I'll beat you. What's up? What you got? And it's just in my blood. Just the way I grew up. I grew up without a dad. My dad was never there actually. Basically, shit. Like I just have so much confidence in myself that I know that I'm gonna go big in boxing.
Well, let's talk about fatherhood too, man. Because you are a father. I'm a dad, so that's something we could relate to, man. Now, first of all, how is it being a boxer and a dad, and how are you adapting to that?
Man, being a dad has been like the best. If you don't have a kid, make sure you have one. Nah, I'm kidding. But being a dad, it's been dope actually. Seeing my son grow. Like I could have sworn I had him yesterday. Like he's 9 months. He's already almost walking. He's almost his first word was actually dada. So he called me dad and shit. But other than that, I'm always there for my son, no matter what. If he's sick, I still be there for him, just because I want to be there for my son, just the way my dad wasn't there for my son. I want to be there for my son, But other than that, it's been a blessing having a son.
So, man, you work full time. You're a dad, so that's another job right there. You do boxing, man. How do you find time to do any of this, man?
Well, I have an alarm at 6 in the morning. I go run at 6 in the morning, come back around 6:45. My son is still asleep, so I get to eat, get to grub, and then I sleep for an hour. He wakes up like around 8. I start feeding him, and after that, I start doing what I gotta do for work, and then I finish around 4. I finish around like 1 or 2, and then I eat again. After that, I come here, be here by 4, and I train. It's just it's a time limit, each day.
Well, man, I love it, man. I love that you're so dedicated to the sport, and I hope boxing fans, promoters, and anybody, man, sees this video and sees that you're dedicated and you have a set schedule and you're dedicated to that schedule. So that's very awesome to hear that there's an Arizona fighter that was taking this seriously, man. So last couple questions, man. There's gonna be a couple fun questions. How would you describe your fighting style?
My fighting style, Manny Pacquiao, a little bit of Tank. More of Manny Pacquiao, just because I move a lot around the ring, pick my punches, I'm in and out of the ring, in and out. But more like Manny Pacquiao.
So I'm assuming Manny Pacquiao is your favorite fighter?
Yeah, he's my favorite fighter.
That was my second question, so I just answered it. Well, Danny, man, I'm so glad I met you. I'm glad that I finally got to see you train a little bit, man. Like I said, I love your confidence because I feel like this is what Arizona needs, is someone that's going to be loud and put themselves there and want the big fights, man. So can't wait to see you fight. When is it? February 5th, right?
February 18th.
The 18th at Del Sol, guys. Check them out. If they can follow you on social media, where can they find you?
They can find me on social media of Danny Barrios Flores. You can find me on Facebook. You can find me on Instagram.
There you go, here with Danny Barrios at No Flinching Boxing Gym, man. I appreciate it.
Thank you.